This week on UAE Weekly, the Islamic pilgrimage to Mecca or Hajj is the largest gathering of Muslim people in the world every year. And while it's the ultimate goal for Muslims, we speak to one Hajji who says it is more than just a duty. We speak with the man who has been instrumental in driving the now largest free zone in the UAE. Ahmed Bin Sulayem takes us through the beginnings, challenges and current expansion plans of the Dubai Multi Commodities Centre. And recent studies have revealed that many young girls and boys suffer from eating disorders in the region. But how is this problem being addressed in the Arab world? Hajj is the fifth pillar of Islam and a religious duty that must be carried out at least once in every able-bodied Muslim's lifetime who can afford to do so. While it is the ultimate goal for Muslims, many of the young pilgrims who have completed Hajj say it is the beginning of life. One Hajji shares his story.
Engineer Anas Sarkar is an entrepreneur, a writer, and a student. At present, he is working towards helping those in poverty, his purpose in life. However, the Saudi resident says he wasn't always like this, as he recalls his carefree days.
Most of my goals back then was just materialistic, like many people have these days. Just having a nice car, having a nice house, having a nice job, and having a nice, family and stuff. One of my goals in life now these days, after going to Hajj, is to help people achieve their dreams in life.
Hajj is a religious duty in Islam, which means pilgrimage. Already gone for Hajj twice in 2005 and 2010, he said it needed a lot of preparation, such as clearing one's debts. Despite the arduous journey, he was among those who persevered to complete Hajj and says it is more than just a duty.
The other part is, imagine all of them just for one purpose, to serve God. All of them, millions of people just bowing to one God. It's like unity. It's like we all unite.
At present, pilgrims are not allowed to go more than once every 5 years, while the 26-year-old needs to wait another couple of years to perform Hajj once more. He says he's leaving the lessons he learned.
If your wealth is if it exceeds almost like 18 or 19,000 dirhams in your bank account, or in terms of gold or land or whatever you have, then you have to give 2.5% of your wealth of that year or that income that you have, 2.5% of that every year to the poor. And by meaning giving to the poor doesn't really mean like buy them clothes or that. That could be one solution. But the preferred solution is to find, let's say, a poor family or several poor people and discuss with them what they have or what are the problems they have in life, and what is a good way for them to help them stand on their own feet.
Every year, Hajj pilgrims go to Mecca to fulfill their ultimate goal. Each Muslim stands alongside their brothers and sisters without regard for social class, color, and race, wearing the same garment for one united purpose.
It makes you a very humble, down-to-earth person. That's what it made me. I get to, respect especially the old and the poor more.
According to the Central Department of Statistics and Information, they recorded an 8% increase in the number of pilgrims from 2011. There were more than 3 million pilgrims in 2012, with 1.4 million from Saudi Arabia. It remains one of the largest events in the world and is expected to continue growing in generations to come. Khadija Sali, UAE Weekly.
At 35 years of age, in his role as executive chairman of the largest free zone in the UAE, the Dubai Multi Commodities Centre, Ahmed Bin Sulayem has played a key part in the expansion of Dubai's commodities sector and has largely contributed towards Dubai's economy. He says there is no faster growing free zone in terms of services than the DMCC. Construction is well underway on the 55,000 square metre community park for the Jumeirah Lake Towers community, and the 107,000 square metre business park, which will also house the world's tallest commercial tower, is currently in the design phase. However, he says this is still not his biggest target. Thank you very much for joining us.
With my pleasure.
Let's start from the beginning. You have been instrumental at driving the DMCC to what it is today. Looking back to 2002, when the Dubai Multi Commodities Centre was first established, it was located in an area that was then the outskirts of Dubai. Tell us about those initial stages and the growing pains or challenges that you faced back then.
Well, you know, the way it started was there was a few attempts within the region to create a commodities center, and I think their challenges used to be where to start. So they would like to bring in the Wall Street, the exchanges before the physical market, and we learned from their mistakes when, you know, because this initiative came afterwards, and we learned from their mistakes, and we went for the physical business and moved from there onwards. There was a consultant that was working with us, and within the second or third meeting, we did away with the consultant because they were doing a lot of studies. And I have a very close relationship with His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Vice President, Prime Minister of UAE, ruler of Dubai, and I know His Highness' mentality. When he wants updates, he doesn't want updates on what you found out. They need to be tangible. It needs to be tangible. That's why from 2002, I think early 2003, we announced that we were ready to register companies. We had to move, and while we're molding, you know, the decree was there while we're molding products and all that, we're also registering companies. This is along the lines of putting demarcation in this area, constructing the Almas, going through design for Almas Tower, gold and silver. Some of the challenges that we faced at that time, it seemed like a challenge, but we took the opportunities within those challenges. We were hands down boycotted by the gold souk. The gold souk, for some reason, the gold jewelry group at that time in that year felt that we were some kind of competition. And it was completely different. If you look at DMCC now and look at the gold and jewelry group, there is no comparison. We're too far apart in what we do. We're from production up to retail. We don't get involved in too much in retail and all that. But at the end of the day, that pushed us. I don't want to waste my time convincing an entity that this is a great concept, join in and all that. We went to the entities that are hungry for it. So where do we go? Regionally and internationally. So every country we visited had more or less some challenges, and Dubai was a solution. And this is 2002, mind you, before the establishment of RTA, before many projects came to fruition. The other thing is basically we visited also other areas to learn what their edge is. So the number one exhibition center in the world is Vegas. So we went to the JCK show for jewelry. We met with people, networked there, went to Hong Kong, visited the Jimmao Tower where they have a diamond exchange that has yet to be approved by the World Federation of Diamond Bourses. And that was approved alongside with Dubai the same year. We visited Belgium, we visited South Africa. I got some interesting advice from the South African community. It was the Lebanese diamantier. He was an old man at that time, and he said, if you want to attract business, you can't go from government to government. You have to talk to the whole community. You have to listen to what the trade needs, and at the end of the day, they make business decisions, whether they branch out or completely move. I'll give you an example. You got both Reliance companies, both Ambani brothers in DMCC, and that was, I think, some of it maybe due to our marketing. And some of it is maybe, I believe, word of mouth. So I believe 50-50, it's our hard work and delivering the infrastructure and the products, but at the same time, it's word of mouth because there's no faster free zone when it comes to services and than DMCC in Dubai.
In 11 years, the DMCC's members and communities have contributed between 9 to 12 billion US dollars towards Dubai's GDP. Now the DMCC is the largest free zone in the UAE. Tell us about the success of free zones in boosting the economy for the UAE and more specifically for Dubai. What makes them so attractive to foreign investors?
Well, it started off with Jafza. Jafza is the pioneer in it, and the offshoots of that, if I would call it that, and the other free zones, was basically some were funny stories. They remind you of Cirque du Soleil, where you see the creator of Cirque du Soleil who went and created their own Cirque du Soleil. With Jafza, you have people that have moved to other free zones, which I won't name, or coming to setting up and taking the network and the community over there. It's very cutthroat competition. That was happening before DMCC was established. So it was it's good competition because as far as His Highness is concerned, competition breeds quality. I think it's thanks to all the free zones. Jafza also were very helpful. Mind you, the Dubai Tea Trading Center is in Jafza South. We didn't have a space for it here. It's, this place is too prime. That place is made for their, Jafza South has industrial area. Our Kimberley process office, the first one is in Jafza in the Transguard building. The second one is in Al Mas Tower. Customs, Dubai Customs will be set up here. But things are moving smoothly. But the whole environment of competition, I believe, helped DMCC become what it is. And if it wasn't for the success, I think one of His Highness' biggest success stories globally is the Emirates Group, the airport, and the second airport, the Dubai Ports Authority, which became DP World. These really, there's a strong synergy between DMCC and these two entities because they're almost the lifeline of DMCC. Otherwise, DMCC would look completely different if the shipping and logistics were not as strong as it is in Dubai. Dubai, whether people like it or not, is the Singapore or the Hong Kong of the Arabian world, and actually even for India and the Asian areas within this region. So it's, and that's not the end of the line. For me, that's the beginning, that's the new foundation where we need to capitalize on and build on. And you will notice that with time coming forward, that even the tallest office tower is not the biggest target I'm going after, and doesn't have to be construction. It's just filling gaps in the industry, and really Dubai industry and internationally. And you know, the new Silk Route that people talk about, I'm happy about that. But for me, I'd like to see a spider web around Dubai and move forward, and we'll see how that works. But that's where we are right now. I think the biggest challenge currently is awareness, and I'm looking to solve that this year, not next year. This year, the local community will know that DMCC is along the lines of Emirates Group, Godolphin, as far as specialized free zone.
Now, the 107,000 square metre business park is going to house the world's tallest commercial tower. Tell us the inspiration behind doing this project, and how confident are you with this project?
We cannot deny that a few years ago, this is something that nobody would think about. But DMCC, as stated by Branson in the announcement, DMCC has paid its debt several years back, and it's financially sound. It's a revenue-making entity. At the same time, it's a great community here. DMCC today is the largest free zone in Dubai and the fastest growing free zone in Dubai. Still growing. We still have a lot to bring in. I mean, we're in the final stages of registering Glencore, which is, I believe, the largest company in the world, just bought Xstrata. It's a big name for us, and it covers a lot of businesses that relate to DMCC. Coming back to the world tallest commercial tower, we had the expansion for a while, and there's a rule here in Dubai where you may have the land and you may have the plans, and you will have some ample time, but after a while, this will kick in. If you don't use it, you lose it. Someone else will develop in that place, because in Dubai we're not very patient. We want to build fast. We want things done quickly, and it's not about constructing really fast or selling off very fast, but capturing businesses at an opportune time. And this is a real opportune time. In my view, I'll never get a better chance to attract multinational entities that can't find 5 to 10 or 20 floors or offices to their likings. When I say that, you know, open spaces, enough car parks, and in a free zone. It's different. You know, people can say, you know, it's challenging in Dubai. Yes, but not in a free zone. It's a different story for free zone companies, especially for DMCC. DMCC has become a magnet on its own. And as I mentioned, the community itself is attracting a lot of businesses as well. Their counterparties are coming here. Going back to the tower, about the confidence of it being built, we have the expertise. We've sold out Al Mas Tower, tallest office tower in the Middle East in 2004, within 4 hours, just to end users. We had an Oracle system, and there was no brokerage. It looked like buying tickets from the cinema. That's how it looked like. Units were just flying out, and they had to be DMCC members. And it got sold out in a matter of hours. The next day, the Gold Tower was sold out as well to end users. We were only about a little over 400 members. Today, we're over 7,330 something companies, and I believe by the end of this year we'll get to 8,000, maybe more than 8,000 companies. With the updates with His Highness, basically, we talked about the tower, and His Highness asked me how tall it is, and I wanted to make sure it's clear that I'm not playing the game of the pole on top of the tower, because I've seen some of them, they're 50-story high. Well, you might as well build the Starbucks Tower in Canada. You know, it doesn't make sense to me. For me, we're building the building from the inside out. It's about efficiency and attracting businesses. And His Highness asked, how tall would it be? I said, it's going to beat all the office towers. He said, because he knows me. When he knows the DMCC management, he's like, how tall is it going to be? Might be taller than Burj Khalifa. Now here comes the biggest compliment from His Highness, where he says, do not go higher than Burj Khalifa. And I said, fine, but it will still be the tallest office tower in the world, which is fine with me. And when he said, don't go there, I took it as a compliment because he knew beyond the benefit of doubt this is going to happen. There was no, and for me, that type of confidence and that type of compliment is not something anyone can get.
We will go to a short break now, but up next we continue our conversation with the DMCC's Executive Chairman. Stay with us.